All right, and welcome to episode 10 of the Indiana On Tap podcast presented by Bottoms Up. Today we're talking about the conclusion of Indiana Craft Beer Week. We're diving into all of the awesome stuff that happened at the Indiana's Next Hot Model, and then joined by Drew again today. So we're going to dive into his favorite beers to take to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Grand Prix and the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500, as well as our best and favorite patios to drink on during this beautiful spring and summer months. All right, Drew, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Drew,
Adam,
welcome back.
it's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah. It's been a few episodes since you've graced us with your presence.
Here I am in all my glory.
Since the last episode, get you some slow gold from Indiana City. Ooh, there it is.
Hello, beautiful.
Since your last appearance,
I'm good with my hands.
I was gonna make a pulling out joke, but
okay.
I was gonna say since you last graced us with your presence on the podcast, we have reached stunning new heights. In your absence.
Tell me about these heights.
I was just saying that it got better once you left.
Yeah. I could have told you that.
I know.
Dick.
No, we're happy to have you back. It's good to see your face again. Yeah. So we like to start show like we always do.
Yeah.
What's the best beer you've had this past week?
I just had a Kiss the Bricks the other day, flat 12s. Now
the bricks, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was going to be like the Hinchtown one. Like, okay, probably the same thing. No. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so the bricks is Flat 12's new red IPA. Comes in a 12-ounce can, which is great for race day.
And you know that I'm not much an IPA person normally.
No. It's a red IPA that they again brewed with Hinchcliffe, James Hinchcliffe. He went in there and they did another batch of Hinchtown Hammer Down for this year. And he said, can we brew something different? Can we brew an IPA?
And we're like, you're James Hinchcliffe. We'll do whatever you want.
That's the recipe they came up with. And, there you go. Nice. I've been holding that in, Brad. Yeah. So
get that one on the mic.
We, Indiana on Tap, brewed a red IPA with Flat 12 back in November, December?
Yeah, was that the one for the Tasting Society event?
Yeah. The Brain Dead Red.
October,
that's right. The Brain Dead Red. And so to see them do another red IPA was really cool. And it's delicious. Oh, my God.
Like, I mean, when I went over to the event, like, you got to try this. I was like I said, I'm not much of an IPA person. He hands it to me, and I was whoa.
Yeah. And it's more malt forward, like you'd expect from a red IPA. And then they use some New Zealand hops on the back end to get it just a little juicy freeness. Yeah. You got a little schmutz on you. There you go. You got it.
What's the best beer you've had recently?
Oh, man. That is...
we can say the best beer you've had in the last 24 hours, because I know you have about 6 different beers a day.
No, I would say... I'd say probably... the Bitches Bank from 18th Street when you and I went to 20 Tap the other night.
Yeah, when they came down to the tap takeover.
I've had it before. I waited in line a very long time for it at Winterfest this past year. Rightfully so. It's an amazing beer.
Do you know? I know we're getting a little into the warmer season. Do you think they'll keep brewing it for a while? Is it going to be like a standard one, or is it just going to be a seasonal?
I don't think it'll be a seasonal, but it'll definitely be a more rare or hard to find beer.
I was surprised they brought it.
I mean, those guys, Drew and Rich and everybody at 18th Street, when they come down for things, like, they show out. Like, they may not bring a ton of beers, but what they bring is high quality stuff.
They were here for 3 days, right? They did 3 different bars around.
Yeah. We can talk. Yeah, I guess this is a great segue into our next topic, because we're coming to you a few days after the end of the first annual Indiana Craft Beer Week, which by all accounts was an awesome week.
Yeah, it took off more than I expected. I mean, you wanted it to be successful. Then the next thing I know, people are like people I don't know are tweeting me, "Hey, where are you going today?" And I was like, "Tell them where I'm going. I'm going to Deviate today."
Right. Yeah. So back to 18th Street. Yeah, they were down here 3 days in a row. They did a tap takeover at
20 Tap was the first one.
20 Tap, and then Tomlinson Tap Room, and then La Margarita.
La Margarita, that was the third one I couldn't remember.
So yeah, they showed out for it, which was awesome. I know you got around a little bit.
I did.
Yeah.
I was somewhere every single day. The only day I didn't manage, so we did the bike ride in Bloomington.
Yeah, the Bloomington Tour de Beer. Yeah.
And the day after Tour de Beer, I was going to do the kegs and eggs at Mashcraft. And once again, didn't make it up in time for that. Megan, what time did we get up? Like 10:30 in the morning when we wanted to be there at 10? Didn't work out well.
Yes, yeah. Just a quick drive to the middle of Greenwood, I guess.
Yeah. But I did go down the next day. They had the growler specials going on.
That's right.
So
yeah.
down for that.
Yeah. And then was it Tuesday that we hit?
Tuesday was 20 tap.
Yeah, 20 tap with the 18th Street lineup was awesome.
Wednesday, I went to Hetty Hollow. They had that barrel release. Oh man, that was
good.
Yeah.
They're making cool stuff out of there now. It's nice to see them, the very young brewery up in Fishers.
Did you know they have a patio? I've only ever been there in the wintertime. They have a huge patio.
The only time that I've been there was with you, and that was back in January, and so it was still cold outside, but it makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. And then was it Thursday? I was at DV8 because they had their 1943 cast.
That's right. Yeah.
They only serve in 3 ounces or whatever, the little small ones. And I was like, guys, he goes, no, you got to trust me on this one.
Straight alcohol?
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
Like 12%
That's awesome.
or something ridiculous, but it was so
Didn't that
good.
have like bourbon barrel aged coffee beans in it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bourbon barrel aged coffee beans.
That's wild. That's so cool. And then what'd you do? What'd you get into on Friday?
Too Deep.
Too Deep? Okay.
Yep.
For the release with Scarlet Lane.
That's the one.
Yeah, the High Castle Black Gosa.
Yep.
Did you get to try it?
I did.
It's interesting, isn't it?
I liked it a lot. It's not one I could drink like all day. It's
I went there on Saturday before Next Top Model, which we'll get into in a little bit, and talked about that beer with head brewer and owner Andy Meyer at Too Deep. Just talking about, where did the idea come from? How do they make it? Digging into where the history of the beer a little bit. Nice. And he said that they both approached each other, Too Deep and Scarlet Lane, about doing a collaboration. And they said, well, Scarlet Lane, likes to do, sort of their darker, stouts, types of beers.
Typically, yeah.
And Too Deep, their beers are more, English and German malt forward, traditional English and German beers. And so that's how they kind of came to the idea of doing like a Gosa and doing a black Gosa specifically. And they use something called like midnight wheat or something, which is like it's a traditional brewing wheat, but it turns like it just makes your beer black. Like,
okay, so that's gave it the
that's
color.
where the black came from.
I wonder what was in the process.
That's where the black came from.
Like the Laser Raptors a Gosa, but it's not dark.
No. A Gosa is like, you can make them look like anything. It's amazing. Such a great style of beer. But and then talking with one of their assistant brewers at Next Top Model about it, just the flavor of it. It is a complex beer.
Yes,
there's a lot going on.
The front of the tongue is going to give you something. Then on the back of the tongue, it's
definitely a Gosa, like right on the front, and then like on that back end, you definitely get like some of that sugary, syrupy sweetness that you'd expect from a stout. It's really cool. Yeah, I hope they try to do it again at least.
I've been seeing more of those. Like a year ago, if you said Ghost, I would be like, what is that? Now
it's definitely the style. It is it's something that I had been meaning to talk about for a long time. But what we're noticing now in the Midwest, like all of our, whales, the beers that we're like trading for, looking for rare beers, they're all these big like bourbon barrel aged stouts, barrel aged stouts or barrel aged porters, something barrel aged. And part of that, I think, comes from like the history of distilling, like in the Midwest, and how easy it is to get bourbon barrels because we're so close to Kentucky. But then when Charlie and I went out to Boston for Extreme Beer Fest, and we did a bottle share in a hotel room.
Was it mostly like bourbon barrel aged stuff?
Well, so we all brought like barrel aged stuff, and the people that were bringing stuff from the West Coast, they're bringing 2 different things. They're bringing what people are now calling a New England style IPA. Which is like a big fruity hazy IPA.
Is it more bitter than most IPAs?
No, it's like juice. That's how fruity it is. Yeah, like some places look like grapefruit juice, and then they're bringing all these wild sours, and so I think that is starting to trickle over a little bit over here now to the Midwest, where people are starting to be like, oh, sours are the it beer now, but like sours are also really fucking delicious.
It's kind of interesting that different sections of the country do like their own kind of specialties. Like you say, the New England ones are going to be
it's like you go anywhere in the country, any region in the country, and like a standard IPA is going to taste different there than it does anywhere else. It's kind of why I like IPAs made here in the Midwest, because it's a nice marriage of the West Coast and the East Coast. You get the big malt and the big juicy hop and the pine that you'd get from like the Northwest Coast. So yeah, sours are definitely in now, and that's why you see more people making sours.
You know, I love sours.
Koses. That's right. That's right. I'll have to have you over, and we'll have a little wicked weed that I brought back.
Do you have any more of the persimmon?
No, I drank all that, buddy.
God,
I know.
I'm gonna get the persimmon. That's the one I'm getting from Upland when they do that release.
So, Drew, you were out and about during like Indiana Craft Beer Week. Who were you talking to? Like, what was the feedback that you were getting? Like, were you finding that when you went down to Mashcraft on Monday night, that people went to Mashcraft like because they heard about something through Indiana Craft Beer Week? Or
for Mashcraft, yes. So a lot of people that go to Mashcraft, they have a really loyal following of people.
Very, yeah.
And they're like, you know what, Craft Beer Week? Yeah, I'll go anyways. Let's do it. The one that surprised me when I went to Deviate, everyone there knew. They all knew it was Craft Beer Week. Everyone did, which is a good thing because Deviate's been doing a good job promoting it. People been following on the website. One guy knew me there. He's like, "Oh, I know your Twitter handle." I was like, "Shit, is that a good thing or a bad thing?"
That happened to me at Bloomington Beer Fest. It was so weird. I was just standing there, just talking with Evan, our friend Evan that lives down in Bloomington. We're just standing there, drinking a beer, not even looking or trying to talk to anybody else. And this woman comes up, stumbles up.
I'll stumble bumble.
She shoves her phone in my face, and it is a picture. It is my my Twitter avatar, my Adam _ tap. Yeah. She shoves it in my face. She goes, "This is you."
You're like, "I know that. Who are you?"
Yes, that is me. And she goes, "I found you."
Did you go home at that point?
And I'm like, wow, you find a guy that talks about beer at a beer festival. Like, cool. I'm going to go back to my friend. And she goes, can you make this face for me? And I'll take a picture of it.
See, look, you're famous now.
No, and I said no.
Every celebrity has a stalker. You just got to meet yours early.
I said no. Oh, I've already got another stalker, so don't worry about that.
Oh, look at you!
I know, famous. Right? That's how you know you made it.
Megan's my stalker.
Oh, nice.
Is she off camera? You can't see her, can you?
No, she's off camera. Yeah, we've got some special guests in the studio with us today, which is why Drew keeps looking and talking off camera like a professional.
Yes, that's why I haven't been invited back in a month.
So the end of Indiana Craft Beer Week, we had all these awesome events, people going out to breweries that they'd never been to before, trying beers they never tried before. This all culminated in Saturday, April 30th with Indiana's next hop model.
Yeah.
You were there from the start of the setup to the end of the event. You walked the runway. Mm-hmm. You're out there drinking beers, kissing babies, signing tits, the usual stuff.
The usual stuff.
Yeah,
that's
the
my
usual
Saturday.
stuff. Yeah. Give us a rundown of what that was like. To be there from the start. Breweries and everybody was showing up as like the runway was getting set up. Like, did it like ever click like that? Oh, this night's actually going to be really special.
It didn't really hit me until about an hour in. So the VIPs, they all got in.
Yeah.
The people that they're there for the beer, they want to try it. And then get the people that kind of came in. We had people come, they're like, "Yeah, I heard you're doing a modeling event with beer. We're here for it." And I was like, "So you're here for the modeling side?" Because remember, we didn't know if that was going to work. People might think it's stupid.
Right.
People might like it.
Right.
It wound up working out really well. The sponsors, what surprised me the most were the sponsors. They were so into it. Not so much about like promoting their companies and whatever.
Yeah, dude.
They're like, "This sounds like a blast for our employees to go to."
Yeah, dude. Like a good list of sponsors too. Very different and broad-ranging companies. Like they had 92.3. The radio station was there. Wish TV was there hanging out.
Costco
was there.
Man, that was so much fun.
I know. So,
I mean, and every event has like their own little flaws, which was
yeah.
So like I don't know if you remember half the building we couldn't get power to turn on the lights. So
that's right.
Oh, we won't be able to see the breweries, and that was kind of an issue. But then the people that came were like, you know what? Kind of having the lights off kind of made it kind of cool.
Yeah, it actually it lent itself to the room very well. The floor where the breweries were, I thought was really well laid out. There was obviously no lines anywhere you wanted to go.
No, and that was something we worked on because we originally had the old-fashioned Indy cars in that room, and beforehand, Sarah and I are like, they're going to get in the way. People are going to trip on them, fall over them. These things are antiques.
Yeah.
And the Indy cars were there. They allow people to get in and out of the cars, which is rare to
do. Yeah. They provided for some nice photo ops for people there. And, thankfully the rain finally, decided to stop taking us over, and so that we could open up the outside too.
Yep.
So people go out and linger out there. You know, the food trucks were all out there.
Food was delicious.
Which I didn't get any food. You know, I was trying to keep slender for the runway. So
that beach body's not gonna happen by accident.
No, I was just full on beer.
See, I was doing I was heading up a security guy, so I had to keep somewhat sober.
Head of security. No, so you were out there, like, you know, talking to people that were at the festival and at the event. What were they saying, like, during the night?
They're like, they love going to beer festivals. They love
Yeah.
them all. They're like, this is something different for a change. Like, a lot of them are ones, go to beer fest, get your ticket, get drunk as quick as possible.
Right.
And these people are like, this is gonna be something completely new.
Yeah, it is. It is amazing. I was standing there. Who was I talking to? I think I was talking with the crew from Flat 12, and we were just hanging out, and we were looking at the crowd, and it was a really diverse crowd.
Oh my gosh, yes.
There are people there that, like, actually were there like they were going to a fashion show, and then
they were dressed to the nines.
Yeah, and then you got a lot of people that, like, obviously were craft beer fans, or people that, you know, lived in the Speedway neighborhood that had come in, and so it was really diverse.
Yep.
And yeah, that event definitely, like, open itself for that and welcome that kind of crowd in.
One thing I didn't see coming, there are people that came down here, and this is good for the Speedway area. They're like, well, we came for your event. We didn't realize Speedway has gone through this whole revitalization
exactly.
thing. Like, Speedway had a bad rap back in the day, but no, they've turned the area around.
Yeah, everybody
completely.
you talk to that has just gone to Speedway says the exact same thing. And I know we've talked about it here on the podcast before too. Like, that neighborhood is going through an amazing revitalization.
Yeah, turn it around.
Yeah, you have places like, you know, Daredevil to thank for that. Quafon's going to bring a huge, you know, influx to that neighborhood. There's great restaurants there.
We talked about that bar call that happened a couple months ago.
Yeah, before St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
Yeah. So Speedway was the perfect host for this event, we thought, like, just because of all the energy that's taking place there.
Absolutely.
The Foyt Wine Vault was an excellent venue. I think, you know,
The Foyts were great to work with.
the Foyts were great to work with. I don't think we were expecting it to be, like, as crowded as we were. And, like, it was actually kind of a good problem to have because that means we got tons of people to go there. And
nothing got broken.
Nothing got broken. We didn't break an Indy car. We didn't break an Indy car. Yeah, no, it was an awesome event.
Hinchcliffe was great. I mean, he was fantastic.
Yeah, we got to talk about the mayor of Hinchtown for a little bit. James Hinchcliffe, popular IndyCar driver, adopted son of Indianapolis. He was the MC of the event, and he was just great. Like, he was affable. He was hilarious.
He was making jokes about that horrible wreck he was in that nearly killed him.
Yeah.
Remember when Josh from Bottoms Up, he went down and did a little turn on the runway.
Yeah.
He goes, watch out for turn 3. It's a gnarly one. We're like, that's kind of dark. But
Yeah, he laughed about it. No, he was a great host. He was hilarious. I think he really bought into the format of the event. Yeah, and he's been hanging out around breweries so much now since he's sort of relocated to Indianapolis that he understands and knows how to work with the brewery culture.
Yep.
So he knows how to, like, hang out with, you know.
He's such a personal person to hang out
with.
with.
Yeah. The format of the event was just awesome too, which he bought into. Was each brewery got announced, and then they would walk down the aisle, you know, one by one, and then they would pick a winner from that brewery, and then the next brewery would go and they'd pick a winner, and then at the end of the event, all the winners went out and paraded again.
Some of those costumes were hysterical.
Oh my God,
we go with the TV on our head.
Yeah. Blackacre. But yeah. So what I was really surprised at was, I guess I really shouldn't be that surprised at, was how much the breweries bought into it. Like, they went full out, like, a broad range of outfits and costumes and uniforms that they're wearing. The folks at Blackacre dressed up like the names of their beers. So what Drew just mentioned, it was a young woman from Blackacre. She was wearing like a styrofoam, like, TV on her head and wolf's claws, and she was TV Wolf.
Yep.
Which is one of their beers.
So clever.
Yeah. And they had a guy, like, dressed up as a fox, and he was Saucy Intruder.
Who was the girl that went as the Statue of Liberty for the?
That was Blackacre for Natural Liberty.
Okay, Natural Liberty. Yeah.
Elise from Scarlet Lane, and some of her friends, including Amanda from Girls Pine Out, went like West Coast rapper and, like, walked down the runway drinking gin and juice, like, which they were drinking, like, that wasn't just juice. Like, I saw them, like, housing a bottle of Tanqueray. Like, so props to them.
Legally speaking, we did not provide that because we didn't have a liquor license.
No.
We didn't provide that.
They snuck that in somehow. Head of security.
Yeah, about that. Didn't you, like, shotgun a beer, chug a beer, and race?
Yeah. So I walked the runway with Sean Webster, who's sort of the manager, the GM of the new Noble Order location in Zionsville.
Yep, the one that just opened.
Yeah. And so, he and I are buddies, and so we walked around together. He showed up hilariously in a full tuxedo.
Looking good.
With a plaid cummerbund and bow tie. And he wasn't even supposed to rock the runway. And he walked in, and we're like, "Yeah, you're coming up."
I didn't see it on the list, but okay.
You're coming up.
I'm okay.
And so he and I walked together, and we got out there and just immediately snapped a selfie with Hinchcliffe.
Oh yeah, people loved that.
Yeah, and then we walked to the end of the runway, like didn't strut, didn't anything, just walked. And I got down on one knee, pulled the phone out, popped up Snapchat, and then gave us a whole Snapchat circular view of the room while I chugged my beer and he shotgunned his. I didn't know what else to do, I didn't know what else to do.
See, I was wearing my lederhosen, and normally that stands out. No, I felt embarrassed that I wasn't dressed up enough.
Yeah. Normally, when we go to places and you're wearing your traditional lederhosen, like people come to see you, and you were like underdressed.
Yep, I felt hilarious.
Weird. I mean, I was wearing a Hingetown T-shirt and a Hawaiian shirt, which I'm still wearing.
Please tell me you changed your clothes since last night.
I mean, I took it off to sleep.
God damn it!
I haven't been home yet.
Nice.
So next hot model, if you missed it, definitely be looking out on the internet and Nuvo for all the photos and videos coming from it. You don't want to miss it. It was.
I guess we're gonna have to do it again next year.
Shit, let's do it again like next month. Like it was so much fun. The breweries were awesome. Real quick, what's like the best beer you had of the night?
Well, I'm gonna go with the Kiss the Bricks one. The last time I had the Kiss the Bricks.
Yeah,
and
delicious.
There was one. We got her it was a milk stout we got you. I know
he's talking about Megan again.
Yeah, Megan, who's off camera. It was a milk stout we got her. I don't remember.
From Flat 12?
Not the Lactomatic. There was another one.
They didn't bring a milk stout. Oh, that's the only milk stout they brought. Lactomatic? Yeah, Megan's not in her head. It was Lactomatic. I know.
Okay.
No, the nut brown from
from
Grand Junction that we were pouring from the bottoms up system behind the stage was really nice. But man, our own Rick Burkhart wrote an article about it about a week and a half ago. Scarlet Lane's new beer called Laughing Water.
Yep.
It's like a sparkling Australian
good.
Something or other. And like since he wrote that article, like it got published the day I was leaving for Asheville, so I didn't get a chance to run out and grab it. And so I was really excited that they brought it. Oh my God.
It was good.
Oh my God. So good. Yeah. I wish it came in like a can form so I could take it to the race. Yeah, absolutely.
Just get a growler. Who we kidding? Just get a growler.
We'll do some bullet fills. We'll do some bullet fills. I do want to share with you, people that are going to the race. If you're going, we'll see you there because it's awesome. If you're going to the Grand Prix, I'll see you there too, May 14th.
I won't be there. I'll be at Rock the Junction.
So I'll be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the 14th for the Grand Prix. The thing that we always think about leading into it is how and what beer are we going to be taking into the track. I actually found this year, and the deal is still up at REI, like the outdoor outdoor goods store.
Wait, REI?
Yeah, they have for sale 24-pack backpack coolers.
What?
Yeah, originally $60. They're $23.99. I ordered it Wednesday, and it was on my door Thursday night. Jeez. Yeah, and it's like I've loaded cans into it just to see.
Here we go.
I've loaded cans into it just to see how heavy it is. No, really comfortable backpack. Like it looks cool.
Does it leak at all? Once like
no. So what it is, it's you've got that like sort of durable polyester on the outside, and then there's a bag, and then there's the separate cooler within the bag. So you have like two other layers separating from the beer, so it doesn't leak. Yeah, they're $23.99 at rei.com. Definite must-have for anybody that wants to bring.
If you're going into the infield, or
if you're taking the infield, yeah, I can't wait to break it out the 14th at the Grand Prix, which is actually a great segue into our next topic, which I've actually already discussed with Sarah on a previous episode, but I wanted to get your opinion because you're a big race fan too.
Yeah,
I know you go down
always at the Speedway.
Yeah, you're always at the Speedway. You go down and do the Coke lot and everything. Stay the night, you camp out, before you head in.
Camping Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night this year.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna be a heathen.
Very cool, yeah. So I want to see like, what beers do you take to the track?
So this year I'm probably gonna go with Hometown Hero by Triton. My big thing with them,
Golden Ale.
It's Memorial Day. They've got that American flag can.
That's right.
And just get a little patriotic on it.
That's right.
And I like their stuff a lot.
Yeah, Hometown Hero is great. Yeah. They just can that. They're canning their Sly Boogie as well.
That's right. They just
which
can
is
Sly
really
Boogie.
good.
I'll
Yeah.
probably take some Hinchtown just because he's the guy I'm supporting for the race.
That's right. Yeah.
Every time he goes past, I'm like, it's you.
No, yeah, I'm definitely Team Hinch this year. I was looking for a new driver finally. Obviously Tony Kanaan is my guy, but now he's won it, so I'm okay cheering for another guy. Yeah. Real quick about Triton. So they just released. I don't know if you've had a chance to have it yet. A new Gosa that we obviously had been talking about, called Axel Gosa.
No, but Jesse mentioned it to me last time I was there.
It's really good. So if you're listening to this, head out to Triton or Triton Tap and get you some Axel Gosa.
What do you think they'll have it for their anniversary party, which is May 21st? I think so.
Yeah.
Saturday,
May 21st. Yeah, the week between the Grand Prix and the 500. Triton Tap will be having their 3rd anniversary party.
Do you remember last year that downpour we had?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Like the hopefully whole patio party.
Hopefully we have better weather this year. Last year,
Chev went out and bought one of those real nice tents with lighting and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was a downpour, so hopefully it's better this year.
The beer is still good.
Yeah,
rain or not.
So back to beers to take to the track. You're talking about your hometown hero, your Sly Boogie, your Hinchtown. You gotta try to mix it up, get anything boozy, hoppy, stouty going on.
I'm gonna be down. I'll be down in Southern Indiana in a few weeks. I might see what's going on down at Triton. See, they got some cans that are only there. I'm sorry, not Tin Man.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, I know.
Their apricot sour would be really good to take to the race.
I mean, really, you just gotta stay away from the dark stuff because when it gets to be 100 degrees out there, I don't know if I'm wanting a stout.
It's not so much the dark stuff, but it's the big boozy stuff you gotta watch out for. Yeah.
Who's the one that makes that really good? The Rattler. There's a delicious Rattler out there. I want to say it's Daredevil, but I could be wrong.
No, I don't think they make a.
Anyway, Rattlers are always good. Stiegel.
Yeah, classic.
Love it.
Yeah, everybody loves it. Yeah.
Something in particular you're taking the track this year?
Yeah, after having a few cans of it yesterday or at Next Top Model, I think I gotta bring some of the bricks with me. Like that'll be a nice break. Normally, bring a bunch of lighter stuff just because of the day, easy drinkability. But that'll be a nice break from drinking, light beers and pilsners and.
You know what I'm thinking? Metazoa has that light beer, that the 96 calorie beer they came out with. It's a light beer, but wow, it has a lot of flavor.
Yeah, that is a good beer that was just kind of
brewed.
Aaron just kind of did it on the side. An owner wanted a light beer, yeah,
and it wound up being good.
Yeah, so
good.
Yeah, if you want that, go grab a plastic bowl out of it to take to the track from Metazoa. That's good. No, I just helped Central State can their new run of house beer. It's their rustic farmhouse ale.
I've had that one. Have I had that one?
You might have.
I'm sure.
I'll give you a can, but
yes.
No, that beer is amazing. That'll definitely make it into my backpack. Coming from Speedway, Daredevil's Muse.
Yep. Oh, that's
their Golden Belgian's going to be really good to take, as well as their Liftoff, just a good standard IPA.
Yeah, and their Saison, or the German one. The Oktoberfest beer they do, the one they keep on all year long.
Yeah.
It's one I brought for our Super Bowl party.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to shake up the cooler game this year and break away from the Bud Light and the Miller High Life and the PBR.
I'll still have a PBR in there. I'll still have one.
I'll still have a plastic handle of tequila in there, so don't worry.
God damn.
What? I like to party.
They're going to be that one guy who doesn't even make it into the race. He winds up in the creek.
No, I'm the DD.
with the tequila?
Yeah.
Well, it's a 3-hour traffic wait to get out. So
that's right. Yeah, that's right. You're sweating it all out anyways. Yeah. But no, it's another thing I think we already talked about with Sarah too. Now that it's so goddamn nice out, and we talked about this with previously we weren't recording, but with Anita Johnson from Great Fermentations, she was heading out to the lake. It's that time of year, patios. Yeah,
it's I won't go to restaurants that don't have some sort of outdoor seating on a day like today.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to dinner with somebody Friday night before the Fright and Rabbit concert at the Vogue, and we were walking up the Monon, and we were just listing off places we could eat, and every place we listed had a patio.
Good.
And it was oh, we could go to this place. Oh, but they don't have outside seating. I don't want to sit. I don't eat there.
Yeah, I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah. So we talked with Sarah about some of her favorite places to drink outside. Thoughts? The one that just came at me. So the Big Woods Quaffon in Bloomington. They always had a little patio thing. They opened up a beer garden in the back. That's right. They invited for when we did the tour de beer. They invited us all out there. And even if it's chilly out there, the heaters and everything,
The smart thing they did, they put an outdoor bar there. That way,
so you don't have to keep going back inside and everything.
And it works for them on the inside too, because otherwise they get crowded lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like double their capacity, but doesn't double their wait time for a beer.
Right. And then I'm at Union Jack's a lot.
Union Jack, like taking it out to the back parking lot, or like just popping open the bay windows.
I go pop up in the bay window. I can sit there and judge everyone who walks past. I feel better than them.
Yeah, and stare at Noodles and company.
And then I usually get Noodles at some point. And then obviously Triton.
Yeah, you and I are big fans of Triton Tap.
Metazoa's got that huge patio that's opening up with a view of the skyline.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be if it's completed at the time that this airs, but the Coal Ship has built a little small patio out in front too on Delaware.
Probably like 6 tables or so.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, some standing room. But
is it 25th in Alabama?
Like 25th in Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So yeah, you can go and drink your house beer out on the patio.
Good. I can go by Brandon and make Brandon come over.
Exactly. Drag him out a little bit. Upland's patio is always like a favorite.
Oh,
place
the one on the north side? Or are you talking about the Upland that's down in
Bloomington? The Bloomington one. The original one, yeah.
They are famous for their Bloomington patio.
That patio is amazing. They
go there on Sundays, get $3 pitchers.
Yeah, and they string up the Christmas lights, and people bring their dogs out. It's great.
And the food's good too.
Oh, always.
And they got the sours.
Which did they talk at all on the tour de beer about their new sours facility while you were down there?
They mentioned a little bit. Yelp was doing an event there that day, so one of the Yelp girls came over and talked to us a little bit about it. Not too much. We talked about it when we were at the tap in Bloomington before. It was quiet in the tap, so we kind of gave everyone a rundown. I knew when we go to Upland to be crowded as it always is. Right,
yeah. Which it was very, very generous that they set aside a section for lunch and everything. Yeah.
Wonderful of them to do.
Yeah. It'll obviously have already happened by the time this airs, but Cinco de Mayo, the Big Lug Canteen is opening up their patio. That's right on the Monon.
One thing I love about their patio is that the TV's outside. So if I want to watch like a baseball
outside
game,
they've got you can order from the main menu. They also have like a snack stand out there. They're going to be doing like house-made walking tacos, like hot dogs. Yeah, so you can just hang outside, like have picnic food, like food that you'd eat at like a Little League ball game.
Sure.
Drink your beer, like watch people hanging out on the Monon. Yeah.
A little thing about their patio you don't think about, it's all enclosed. So if it's raining outside, but it's still pleasant weather-wise, you're good.
Yeah, the upstairs section still has the roof over it, so you can hang out on the balcony outside, drink your delicious Christofferson.
Oh, I gotta love the Christofferson.
And have a walking taco.
And their food is so good.
Yeah, Big Lug. I mean, obviously,
the beer's great.
Word has spread by now, but if you haven't been to Big Lug, then stop listening to this podcast and go right away.
And be careful. Those side salads, 2 people, they're huge.
Yeah. They don't skimp on the portions either. Yeah.
I'm going to fill my beer up.
Nope, Drew's going to go for another pull. Yeah.
Thank you, bottoms up.
Oh, and there it
Bingo!
goes. We killed it.
Yay! We did it. I was hoping I'd be here for that.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
So, do I want Laser Raptor or do I want a Snow? Thunder Snow. What are you thinking? I'm trying to choose my next beer.
How cold
Megan, you want to go halvesies on the Laser? Yeah.
Yeah, she says yes. So Drew's going to drink a delicious Laser Raptor.
Brad, have you had any Laser Raptor yet?
That we've talked about. We've talked about on the podcast before. We'll go grab a glass. Drew's going to crack that beer open for Megan and Brad, our studio audience today.
Thank you. Hand me Brad's glass.
While he's pouring that, I'll go ahead and sign us off. Drew, it's been great having you back in here today. Thanks for coming down and shooting the shit with me for a few minutes.
No problem. Thanks for the beer.
Oh, of course.
Look at that deliciousness.
And so that does it for us for episode 10 of the Indiana On Tap podcast presented by Bottoms Up. For Drew Ogborn, I'm Adam Schick.
I'm Drew.
And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.